All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Song. I live in Tokyo now, but I'm originally from China. So me and Hosh, we've been practicing this for 3 years. So he's organizing the group, and then I was coming to States to visit several cities. So this is one of the stops. So, well, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have come to the desert here, Middle West.
It's not a destination.
Well, I do plan come back. So while I'm here, I'd like to do my best for you guys to get a bite of the Chinese martial art. In this case, it's called Yichuan. The standing exercise is the core of this martial art. So originally, it was designed for martial arts, the standing exercise. But because it's so good, and because Yichuan believes you have to be healthy first, you have to be strong first before you go for fights. That was old term. Nowadays, you go for self-defense, you go to develop martial art skills. So nowadays, standing exercise is taken as a health exercise. A lot of people do that. A lot of middle-aged, elderly, and females in China, it's more people are doing this exercise now. So because we have a few new students, I'm going to have to start from the beginning, and which is what we do all the time actually. Even if I stay here for 6 months, every class you come, I'll do the same thing. I'll explain the basic structure over and over again until it's in your muscles memory, until you will never forget them. So let's start. So the standing exercise, in Chinese, it's Zhanzhuang. The translation is standing like a tree, standing meditation, standing pose. There are so many terms, but it doesn't matter so much, the names, because I'm going to explain the meaning of it. So if you know how to do it, the names are not so important. So to do this exercise, we always say 3 preconditions, which is concentrate, and breathe naturally, and loosen the whole body. I'm just going to come over, check if my microphone is working. Yeah, okay, good, perfect. So once again, 3 preconditions: concentrate, loosen the whole body, and breathe naturally. So there's no breathing techniques in this exercise. There's no inhale or exhale techniques. There's no muscles or movements corresponding with your breath. So it's quite simple. You forget about breathe. So it's like your daily breath. You don't always try to breathe, right? It's part of your life. So no breathing techniques. And as soon as we have that 3 preconditions, and we set the feet as wide as the shoulders, I like to keep them parallel, and you can always point your toes outward a little bit if you feel more comfortable. Either is okay. So to keep the feet as wide as the shoulders, in the very beginning, we do it this way. So this is 1 foot long, and then you rotate a little bit, like this, and do this. So this is how we keep the feet as wide as the shoulders. Later on, you don't have to do this, all the time. You just spread your feet, that's it. If you like to keep your feet a little bit wider, fine. A little bit narrower, fine. So you have to find your comfortable range. So usually there's no strict right or wrong in this exercise. I barely mention wrong or wrong. So usually just, there's a range. So, and then we bend the knees slightly. Just slightly bend the knees. Do not bend too much. Sorry, just a sec. Slightly bend the knees, and imagine standing Just like let's hold first for a minute. Thanks for coming, Val. Yeah, we just started, no worries. So separate the feet, keep them parallel to each other as wide as the shoulders, and then you slightly bend your knees. Do not bend too much, just slightly bend them. And remember, all the joints are bent in all Zhanzhuang structures. Any posture that we keep, actually any movement later on, all the joints are bent, just slightly bent. You never straighten your joints, elbows, or any part. So slightly bend the knees, and then imagine standing on a one-legged stool. So this stool is not real. So this is the meditation part. So we use this to keep the body in the posture that we want. So in reality, don't ever find a real stool to help you for this stance. It's always in your mind. So this one-legged stool, you have to sit on it. If you sit too much, if you lean too much, you'd fall with the stool. Okay, if you sit too low, or if you lean on it, you'd fall. And if you don't sit, now this stool has only one leg, so it will fall. So either situations, not good. We want to keep the balance on the one-legged stool. So sitting is quite important in Zhanzhuang exercise. If you don't sit, that's wrong. Not so wrong, because in the beginning, a lot of us need some time to get used to it. But you remember that you have to sit. I'll check the posture later. I'll make sure you're sitting properly. So as soon as we are sitting, we always imagine at the same time, as soon as we sit, a string that's connected your head to the ceiling. So this string is lifting the head up. So it's lifting the whole body up, not just the head. Now there's curves on the lower back, and there's one curve on the lower back. There's another curve on the back of the neck. So when we do lifting and sitting, we want to straighten the spine vertically, and we want these two curves to disappear. So if I show you this is a little bit curved, you're going to be straightened a little bit like this while sitting. And right here, you lift the head and tucking the chins a little bit. So make this as vertically straight as possible. So remember, your spine is vertically straightened. The lifting and the sitting are two opposite directions of forces. So that's the first contradiction over there, lifting and sitting. And then we slightly put up the hands. So like that. So spread the fingers, let them pointing to each other. Imagine embracing a big pepper ball in front of your chest. Please bend your thumbnails a little bit. Yeah, you can spread a little bit more. Just, the finger part. Yeah. Good. Bend your knees a little bit. Good. Good. Can you move to there a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good. You can put them a little bit higher like this. Bend here more, a little bit more, that's right. Spread them a little bit. Bend. Good. So usually the distance between your two hands is like 2 or 3 fists wide. So don't let them get too close or too wide. So 2 or 3 fists, the distance. So this is like 1, yeah, so 1, 2, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, so a little bit wider. Now, so as we are embracing this big pepper ball, now there's another contradiction here. So when you embrace this ball, the ball is also expanding. So we want the arms to embrace and expand at the same time. The same thing as the spine is lifting up and sitting down. So now you're embracing, right? Embracing, you can clip a little bit higher, yeah. You're embracing. If I pull, yes, you're embracing. If I squeeze in, you are expanding. Perfect, perfect. So you are embracing the ball now. If I pull your hands apart, I couldn't, that's right. If I push them in, I couldn't. Good. Please bend here a little bit more. Yeah. In the very beginning, there's a lot of tensions in the shoulders, which is really normal. Can you relax your shoulders a little bit more? Yeah. So we tend to shrug the shoulders in the beginning, which is quite normal. And the shoulders and the knees are, who said that? Daddy said, like they, yesterday's experience, you can pull them. Yes. They're always so. They're the top 2 most discomfortable parts when we are getting used to the posture. Okay, so another contradiction. So you embrace and expand at the same time. And we want 70% on embracing, 30% on expanding. So you always embrace more. And now, as soon as we are embracing a big pepper ball in front of the chest, we imagine the legs slightly squeezing a rubber ball. So the ball between the knees are always heavier than the pepper ball. So when we get more advanced, I might ask you to hold a wooden ball in front of the chest. And in that case, you're going to squeeze the iron ball between the knees. Now, just pepper ball and the rubber ball. The reason that the lower ball is always heavier than the upper ball is because we want to keep more body weight below the waist. So 60% of the body weight is below the waist, 40% is above the waist. Never ever make your body weight float. So in the Chinese expression is that's letting the qi and the blood float. That would be totally wrong. I think this is the first time I mentioned wrong today. If you don't sit properly, it's going to take some time. It wouldn't hurt you. So, but if you always put too much attention above your waist, your qi and blood is always constantly floating. It might make your head dizzy. So that may hurt you. That may bring you problems. So which is anti-health. So we want to be healthy first. So health stance are another name of those postures. When we keep the postures on the parallel step stances, those postures, those stances are called health stances. So we start from the health stances. We want to be healthy, before we know how to strike, before we know how to do martial art. You can tuck in here a little bit more. Here, tuck in a little bit more. Bend. Yeah, this part, yeah. Good. You can tuck in the hips a little bit to sit. That's right. Good. So the shoulders and elbows, we say drop them, sink them. Sink the shoulders, drop the elbows. If you're still somehow shrugging, you can imagine putting your elbows on 2 sticks, that's supporting you on the ground. So you drop them, right? So you drop that's right, drop the shoulders. If I raise, you're gonna drop a little bit more. Resist. Yeah, yes, that's right. I push you in, good, good. Yes, drop. That's right. You can put them a little bit higher. Yeah. By pushing, yes, resistance. Drop. Good. Resist, good. Resist, good. So, all of us, yesterday, all of us stood for an hour. So, let's see the new students, 3 new students today. Can you guys stand up to 1 hour? Let's see. Usually you can. Good. Now for the, for the height of our hands, usually in the health stances, as long as we keep the hands lower than eyebrows, higher than the belly button level, they are all correct. So if you want to lower a little bit, higher a little bit, they are all good. They are not wrong. But I like you to keep the best looking posture. So if you keep a posture the way they are in the beginning, you will probably never gonna change them later because it's gonna be in the structure. So I'd like to keep them at least my shoulders level. So when we take a picture, it looks better. Yeah, so, but it's fine. So there's a ball between the knees. That's right. There's a ball between the knees. Good. Yeah, good. Okay. Welcome. I think you can bend, yeah, a little bit more. I'd like this. That was fine, but this looks better for me. You can tuck in a little bit, yes. The shoulder blades, usually right here, it's supposed to be round. Can you move the shoulder? Yeah, like that, and then that's right. I really don't know how to describe that, but you want the shoulder blades to disappear too. Yeah, so you move here a little bit. Yeah, you're fine. Good. Tucking here a little bit more. Good. Nice. Nice. We want to keep a roundness. Very suffering, right?
Really suffering.
Lower the hands like this. Okay. Is it better? Hopefully. You can lower your hands here. Good? Suffering? Are they good? Shoulders, you can still keep up, right? You can, yeah, lower there. Okay. So, feel free to switch to that stance. Now for this one, so imagine standing on the waist deep water and you putting your hands on the floating plank. So let the plank support your hands. Give the shoulders a little break. It helps. You can lower a little more. Yes, yes. And now you're keeping the plank under your hands, and you're standing in a peaceful, weight, deep leg. And now I want you to lean forward and backward. Yeah, with the body, not arms. We don't extend the arms. We don't move the arms, just the body. Leaning forward and backward. The more slowly, the better. So the water is always there. One of the key points in the beginning to pick up these exercises, you always keep your meditation real. So the name of this art is called Yichuan. So Yi is intense. Intent, use the intent. So use the meditation. So in other words, we make it easier, just we use the E. So this is a training E. So we're standing in the waist deep water, peaceful water, and the hands, the palms are slightly pressing the wooden plank. If we don't press, it will flow. Let's say this is a river. So this is just a little bit. Every time you add a little bit, your mind, the human brain is amazing. They would work. They would let the body, let the your muscles or your body parts react. You can lower them, Andre. You can lower them a little bit more. Yeah. If they're gonna suffer again, tell me, eh? Let me know. This is okay? Okay. You can tuck in a little more. Yeah.
Thank you.
You can return to the previous structure, to this one, if your shoulders are better now. If they're gonna suffer again, lower them. Good, good. Hang on, I'm gonna shoot a video for my teacher. He really likes to see. I'm gonna do it in Chinese. So. Hello， 大家好，我是高松，我现在在美国的中西部，在做站桩的公开课，带大家看一下今天的学员。这个叫做后世，他跟我有学了3年，他在这边是帮助我组织这边的活动的。 Hosh, your age, please?
47.
47. Yes, right. With this posture, you could still lean forward and backward, still standing in the leg. Now, while we are doing a training yi, which is in this case standing in the waist deep leg, we lean forward and backward. We call this training yi. Then there are also fundamental yi, holding the ball, squeezing the ball between the knees, lifting the height, sit on the one like the stool. Those are fundamental yi that keep the structure correct, keep them in the standing postures, standing stances. So they are always there. So we lean in the leg, so everything else is still there. From either here or here, you can continue to lower your hands like this. Keep the elbows off the body. Yeah, keep the elbows away from the body, the fingers pointing downward. Keep them up like this. Do the lifting and the exerting stance. That's good. That's good. Good. Then more like this. Yeah, so the hands are flatter than here, so. So, spread the fingers, yeah. So, this is another posture. In this posture, we imagine standing in the waist deep sand, and our hands are in the sand too. And then we lift the hand upward a little bit with the whole body. If I do it more aggressively, we're looking like this. So while lifting up, we shift the body weight to the balls of the feet quickly, like this. That's lifting. And then you return to the position, and then you insert. So insert your hands deeper into the sand. While inserting, if I do it more aggressively, we like looking like this. So we sit a little bit more and shift the more body weight to the heels really quick. So lift, returning to the position, and then insert. So this stance is called lifting and inserting stance. So when you do the lifting, and don't let the feet off the ground, they're always there. You just the body weight shift between the heels and toes or balls of the feet. Is it? Yeah, good. When you get more used to the movement, you can lift and insert, lift and insert, lift, insert. In the very beginning, we tend to put some effort on the movement. We tend to struggle a little bit because the body is not disconnected well, is not unified well. So we do those movements by the whole body, and we want to unify and align the body, connect the body by those movements. But it's not easy in the beginning, so struggle. and sweat. They're all normal reactions. So if you do this for 10 minutes, you might feel warm, too warm or hot, sweat. Then you can, if you still like to keep the posture, you can just keep the posture and be relaxed without lifting or inserting. Just standing there. So when we do, in this case, for this particular stance, we do lifting and inserting. The name of this stance is called the lifting and inserting stance. So when we do this, when we do the lifting, inserting, we say this is practicing. And if we do this for quite some time and feel tired, and we just keep in the posture without doing the lifting and inserting, we call this resting. So I want you guys to remember that in Yichuan, in this particular martial art, we really emphasize on resting. So practicing and resting are both important. Usually, and in the very beginning, of course, you shouldn't skip practicing, right? It's important because without the experiencing the whole body movement, it will be just less effectively, less efficiently. So practicing is important. And also you want the muscles to have a little break every once in a while, so resting. As long as you're in the postures, any posture, I've shown you 3 of them, and I showed a few more for other students. As long as you keep in the Zhanzhuang postures, any posture, like you said, oh, they're suffering, oh, they hurt. You don't have to struggle that much. Switch to another stance. This one and this one, the shoulders, I think they're fine. They're fine. So we do need to struggle a little bit in the beginning to learn a new thing. But in this exercise, we always say, be comfortable and do 70% or 80% of the effort, not 100%. And never, ever push your limits. Like, do 120%. A lot of exercise on it. You gotta do a little more. Push yourself. In this exercise, no. So resting is really important. I want you to remember that. Practice and resting. If you're tired, if you couldn't keep up, switch to another stance. And your blood circulation and your qi circulation, as long as you keep in the postures from here to there, they're always there. But if you're too tired and you just randomly let go of your hands, or you want to walk a little bit, and then the unity that you were trying in the previous time will be broken. So you're going to have to, once you do it again, you have to redo them. So that will be less effective and less efficient. So and of course, when I say not struggling, it's not struggling too much. You still need to struggle a little bit, but not too much. So 70, 80%. Of course, if you could only stand for 30 minutes, you want to push your limit a little bit. I said don't push your limit, but you need to push them a little bit. So it's I don't know if this is in Western culture too, but it's in Chinese culture, Asian culture for sure. You gotta, left or right, you have to adjust between them. Like too much on the left, no, too much on the right, no. So tucking here a little bit more. Yeah, so that's sitting. So if I lift here, yeah, so your body really is thinking, right? If you do this, yeah, correctly, properly. If you don't tuck in here, so this joint is like straight. So I said bend all the joints slightly. So you're gonna bend a little bit so that you can sit. If you don't bend, sit like this, there's no sitting. Your body is not thinking enough. Tuck in a little bit more, see. So the tailbone here, you actually want to roll a little bit. So the curve here, the tailbone here, you want to roll a little bit. So this is more straightened. Yeah, a little bit. Roll the tailbone. Yeah, if you like to, you can keep this posture. Either lower, like this, or this. You could keep on the kidney, on the waist kidney, like keep the hands like this, grabbing an egg on each hand. Yeah. Grab them a little bit more. So this is called a resting stance. Or your shoulders now. Yeah, good? So you can keep this. Still want you to have the roundness. So you're, in this case, from embracing a ball here to here. Feel free to answer your phone. Yeah, good. If you like to do this, good. Either here, this is the lifting exerting stance. Here, if you want to keep them there, yeah, like this. So it's like from here to here. So you're embracing a ball in front of the belly like this. You're bending this too much. So it's like this, like there's round. So this curve, nice curve, nice curve. You don't bend this way too much. You bend here a little bit more. That's right. Imagine the sun shining on the palms. Imagine the sun is shining on your palms. Sun shining on the palms. Yeah, good. Sun shining on the palms. Here is the lifting, exerting. If you want to keep them higher. Embracing a big hole in front of the belly. Sun is shining on the palms. Good. Sun is shining on the palms. We gently bend the joints, not so much. This will be uncomfortable. Yeah, feel free to do other stances. I'd like you guys to keep a smile, a gentle smile on the face, please. So much better. So much better. Yeah, smile a little bit. Relax more. You can do this one. Yeah, so push the ball gently. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, like me pushing, yeah, it's like quick. Relax, quick, relax. Good, 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 good. Don't forget about the thread, this elbow to here, this one to there. Give a little tension on the fingers. Good. Yeah. So 45 degrees over there. We can do this one. Yeah. Push. 45 degrees. Yes. Good. And here, like this. Good. Too hard? Good. You can always put them behind the waist. Put the hands behind the waist. Okay, do this one. Yeah, push. Without push the ball. Like this. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Good, good. Push, relax, push, relax. Want you to feel the force is coming from the roots, your feet, all the way to here. Yes. Good. Good. That's whole body movement. You're not using too much power, but I feel that it's powerful because it's a whole body movement. You're using the body weight to shift the right, shift, push, push. So this one, yeah, okay, so you are keeping this one. So I'll talk about this. It's from here, rotate your wrist like this. So the thumbnails pointing to each other, your index fingers like 45 degrees pointing towards each other. The index fingers are trying to point to each other, not literally. So you have put some tension here. You got this part, you got to bend them a little bit like this, and you also imagine a thread connecting your left eyebrow to the right index finger, and then right eyebrow to the left index finger. It's a cross. So as soon as you imagine that, then the mind is working again the meditation part. So there's a little bit tension on more tension on the fingers, and then a big pepper ball resting on the palms, and we push the ball quickly. So we push them like 45 degrees like that. So there's upward, there's forward, so, and then, yeah. When pushing the ball, shift more body weight from the heels to the balls of the feet really quick and relax. After pushing, we don't need to pull backward, just relaxed. Just coming down, relax. Really quick. Good. Yeah. So this part is disconnected when you yeah. So good, you're strong. So remember I said you should be struggling in the beginning a little bit, but try to be less and less struggling later. So try to learn that. Like in the very beginning, you can struggle as much as if you have power, if you have energy, do that until you get more used to the movement, and then you learn to be less and less struggling. But the movement will be more, the flow, It's not coming to here, no. I think the force was somewhere here, no. I'm going to do this. Can you feel? Can you try to press with your... Yeah, so I'll be doing this way. quickly, but you should be able to feel that, it's coming down to here. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You can extend your arms a little bit. Yeah. Feel free to yeah. Good. 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 You can extend your push. Push. Good. Relax a little bit. Yeah. Yes. 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 Correct. Yeah. Push the ball. Yes. Good. Not too much. That's too much. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you're pushing the ball away. It's just a paper ball. It's not an iron ball. So you have all the feeling correct. It was all good, but that would be too much. It wouldn't last too long. Yes. Good. Good. So keep up. We've been standing for 40 minutes. So 20 more minutes. Keep up. You can keep the hands like this, and put them like that. Yeah, all the kidney spot on the waist. Here is still all the body part, other body parts is still in standing. So your hand like this, grabbing an egg on each hand. Yeah, yeah. So this is called a resting stance. You can always switch to this stance if the shoulders are being funny. Always switch to here. So any questions? So far, any questions? Oh, sure.
So on this forward up one, are you like what's engaging? What muscles?
All the muscles.
I don't know if from the bottom, like my
Oh
torso going. Do I get my do I straighten my knees a little and then relax?
A good question. It's actually all muscles. We refer this as whole body movement, and when we do it, if you do it correctly, naturally all the muscles are being tightened to provide that power to push the ball. yeah, you may feel one or two body parts is, being that way, but don't overthink of that. Just let it be, let it be natural. So later, you'll be fine. Yeah. I think that's a little bit too much. Yeah. So as a beginner, I'm sure most of you guys are probably the first time or second time. Well, when you have done this for like 45, 50 minutes, now nothing is wrong. If you can keep up, it's all correct. All correct. Yeah, let's do 10 more minutes. If you want to take a break. Oh, the weekend. 2 classes. Well, there's like 3 hours between the classes, so you should be fine. We all can stand for an hour in all classes. Yeah, if you can keep the elbows away from the body, that would be the best. Because like normally in the daily life, we always the arms are here, giving the heart some pressure. And when we do Zhanzhuang, the elbows are always away from the chest. So there's less pressure on the heart, so better for blood circulation. Good. How are your shoulders? A little bit sore? Yeah, how was you guys sleep last night? You stood for 1 hour for your first try. So was it? Yeah, was better. Okay.
I think so. But also, like, I'm just trying to be more intentional before bed. So, I don't know. Maybe it's this. Maybe I just wasn't on my phone.
That's good. It helps. A lot of things, chronic diseases, insomnia, those things that the medicine, the modern medicine couldn't fix. This fixes. Still don't know. Wow, a lot. Dr. Yu and Dr. Yu Pengxi, who was in the States, second generation master, they did a lot of, lab tests, how these fix problems. I think there are tons of books talking about them. I don't know. I mean, because we know this method and we know it to fix problems, and why would I need to bother why? So why it's fixing, it's fixed, so that's good enough. I don't have time to study all that. And who knows they're right or wrong. Good job. Yeah, usually, according to my experience, when I first studied, the deep sleep, got more deep sleep, I guess, that I noticed. I think you guys can still stand for 1 more hour. Shall we try that? It's only 8, so. So 3 more minutes. do lifting, so you do inserting too. So lifting, inserting, lifting, inserting. Yeah. So the old school, the traditional way, a lot of Yichuan teachers, schools, they're still doing it that way, is that they ask you to keep the posture without doing any movements. So you guys have been doing movements according to my instructions, of course. You all have stood for like 1 hour. First time, second time. So, and it works. So if I ask you to be static, none of you would stand for an hour. They're not wrong. That method is not wrong. Just keep the static posture. It's not wrong, but it's the least efficient thing when it comes to this exercise. You want to do a little bit of movement, because those movements are designed. So I didn't come up with this. The old grandmasters designed this. Different postures has a different emphasis, and it comes with the training yi, and you make the body to do the movement. As long as you do that, yeah, they will take you to the destination. Good posture, Letty. Really good posture. So smile a little bit. We don't really like resting beach faces. So smile a little bit. Okay, that's about time. Take a break. You feel free to rub the elbows, gently rub your knees, elbows, your ears, your face, your head, skins. So yeah, take a little break. We're gonna have our second session. So this is the second session of our second class in Bisbee. I'm going to show the students here the muscles as one exercise. It's really easy. You can sit a little bit on the edge, yeah, like that. And then you just, yeah, keep your hands like this. Yeah, so be comfortable. And I want you always remember that you're not sitting, you're still standing. Still standing exercise. Even when you lie down for the lying down stance, you're still standing, always standing. And we imagine sitting on the one-legged stool. In this case, you're really sitting on the chair or stool, right? But you still need to keep all the fundamental E to keep the posture as the standing posture. So you still want to lift the head, tuck the chin a little bit. That's right, make this disappear, straighten the spines. Yes. Just and relax here. Now, let's see the foam pad. Can you contract this muscle? Only this muscle. Contract and loose. Contract and loose. Not this muscle, just this part. Contract. Can you contract? Are you trying to? Like you can't. So okay to this one. Let's say this muscle. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing this. Yeah, contract. You're doing it? You're not doing, no. A little bit. So can you try this, contract this muscle, just here, yeah. Not here, just here. Oh, you're good. Man, lady. In our words, you're half paralyzed. you couldn't control the muscles here. You try to contract the muscles a little bit. Yeah, so let's say this part. Well, before you do this, everyone can contract the muscle. But before you do this, you really don't know, like your muscles are so weak or your brain is not so good at controlling the muscles. Well, usually, would say, contract, how bad is it to contract the muscle? How hard is it? So now, let's see. Ending, go ahead. And here. So now contract both of these muscles. Good. That's nice. You guys feel free to squeeze his muscles. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you would need this exercise so bad. Do this for a few months, you will be amazed. Your legs, the muscles will be. Yeah, and both. Yes, now you can squeeze both of them. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, now better.
When I do that, I just was trying to do it.
Now better. Yeah, now better. So, however you did it, you're improving, The muscles are being enhanced. So, of course, we're doing, this is so-called muscles as one exercise. And we try to be able to control all the muscles at a time. I think the human body has 200 or 300 some muscles. By this exercise, we can control all of them. Imagine contracting all the muscles at a time, all of them. How powerful you could be when it comes to a strike, when it comes to a self-defense, that movement. So we train this way, right? The body is active, flexible, being prepared to do the strike under certain circumstance. So we want to train that. So as I mentioned yesterday, this martial art, we say power matters most. So we develop power. So this is another way. So doing the whole body in the standing postures is one way. This one is even more direct. Muscles, enhance the muscles. Without meditation, enhance the muscles. If you do this for a few months, you would know a difference. When you climb the stairs, you're bouncing. You're, like that. And of course, we have Andre here. He's not mind telling his age. 76 years old. We're all gonna get more elderly. The legs they're the first part. They're gonna be weak. So if you do standing exercise, especially these two, you can always keep your legs healthy. You can always keep your leg. You will always have the ability to walk around. So that's it. So now and then you want to contract butt muscles too. It's a bit hard, but yeah, that's right. So you sort of like bouncing, getting off the chair. Yeah, good. So you can do this 15 times, only this 15 times, and here 15 times, and only here 15 times, and here like 15 seconds, like you count 15 times, so 15 seconds, here 15 seconds, there, and that, and then you do this 15 seconds, and you do the 3 of them 15 seconds, and this part 2, and then you do contract the 6 muscles at a time, 15 times. You do 3?
Simultaneously?
Yeah.
All 3?
Yeah, later, here. And when you get used to all of them, you can just contract all the muscles simultaneously. But in the beginning, you want to play around. You want to know if your brain is functioning to do that. Oh, it's getting better, right? It's just, you have to get used to it. So I haven't saying anything about standing stances yet. It's already working. That's pretty easy. How much time? Let's, take turns, please. We're gonna talk about the standing stances later. Let's just do this. Let me feel the. Come on. Yeah.
Can you do them on the ground like this?
I suppose so. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Oh, okay. All right. This is. Try to squeeze his muscles. Yeah. Oh, not bad. Okay. You guys can, feel free to come up and squeeze the muscles. That's right. Good. Yeah, you can do them simultaneously, of course.
Andre, did you allow squats?
Everything. All the time.
Wait, so you've been working out for a long time? Since you were young?
Since I'm 14 years old.
And do you do squats every week, once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a week for 60 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, give or take the drug days. Took a break.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. There are other exercises that enhance legs. So the thing about this exercise is that you never hurt yourself. I think some people would hurt them by doing squats or, lifting weights. Some of them, right? Or even yoga. Some people would get some injuries. But this one, standing exercise, you never hurt them and you still get the result. Right? You still get the result. It's really simple. And Dr. Yu's expression was, everybody can contract a muscle. The point is how good you are at it.
That's interesting because I've been having a problem with my right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And if I lift too much weight, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can build it up by not having to,
Mm-hmm.
and I can feel, I just have to figure out how to.
That is how we build up. We use the meditation part. I've seen quite some, exercises. They use the rope or strings to punch. I'm sure they are effective, but you might hurt your muscles really bad. Could be, right? So this chance is zero. This one, the chance is zero. That one chance is, not. Well, someone would argue, if you do it correctly, it will never hurt you. But there's a chance over there. For this one, even you do it by yourself, you wouldn't hurt yourself. If it's so hard to find a teacher, and it's still okay if you try it at home, I say. So that's the most amazing part of the health benefits of standing exercise. You never hurt yourself, and you always get benefits. So it's quite simple. You just have to believe in it. A lot of times when not the right time, not the right place, when I say this to people, they don't believe it. It's like, oh, it's so silly. What's that? Is that a Kungfu? They don't buy that. But if you just have to believe in it, you do it for a few months and see. It's really, really different. If you guys any of you guys want to try, we can still do that. Yeah. That's right. Let's see. Very simple. Just contract these muscles. Yeah, contract. You can push your feet against. Oh, no. Neither of you is contracting the muscle. Yeah, try your best. Good, it's working here. Yeah. Want to try here? Yes. Yes. Do them, the two of them simultaneously. Oh, good. Now it's, yeah. If you move a little bit forward, maybe more weight on the feet could be helpful to squeeze. Yeah. See? Squeeze. Let's do it like 15 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. See, they're weak, right? I hope you don't mind that I'm saying that your muscles are weak, but they're not as strong as you thought, right?
I know that they're lost. I had knee exercise. Knee injury, so I stopped.
Okay. This will help,
Yes.
especially if you had, injuries, surgeries. It will help. Other exercises, well, in your case, probably squats wouldn't be too good. Yeah. So this one, you don't hurt the joints, just the muscles, right? You contract the muscles. You can be as as strong as anyone who has never done knee surgery or things like that. So you just do them. It's simple. Everyone can do them. It's really simple, but it takes some time. I have my master has a student. He started when he was 69. He had a high blood pressure, all the elderly people's chronic diseases, diabetes, stuff like that. And he did for like 10 years. He's almost 80 years now. He's so strong, his legs are so strong. He does this all the time. So a lot of people just stop because, I might need that later when I get older. Now I feel like fine. But he does that all the time. He's not interested in anything else. He just does this. Because later, now you're doing these muscles as well, right, when sitting. Now, you could always do them in the standing posture, right? You can squeeze, right, contracting. So you can apply that to the standing exercise postures. And that gentleman does that all the time. He's experienced all of them, but later on, he's just, I like this. I love this so much. So he's almost 80 years old, really sharp, really strong legs. We climb the mountains.
And how long would you say that you should practice a day to try to?
To this one?
Yeah, like if you were to
that's a good question.
incorporate like a small amount every day.
Yeah,
a good starting point?
if you don't really need to make time for this, because if you work in front of a computer a lot of time, you can do that while you're working, right? So you really don't have to. Well, if you have time, that would be the best, because we all get busy. So if you can spare 15 minutes doing this, I think that's good enough, especially if you do the standing exercise too. So we usually say 1 hour, right? Because we assume we would only have 1 hour spare time for exercise. So we do 1 hour. You can do 1 hour of standing, 10 minutes of this. If you 40 minutes of standing, 10 or 15, 20 minutes of this, fine, right? So we really should make time, like 1 hour. We should squeeze 1 hour for the exercise. Then you should be fine.
How about if you do other exercises you also want to incorporate? So like I do some workouts, right?
Yeah.
So let's say like I'm lifting weights or something.
Yeah.
A lot of contraction. Would you say that like that time can be moved, like decreased maybe, like if you're doing other things?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to figure out how to less incorporate.
Sure.
So like if I'm not doing anything, this seems like a good practice. But if I'm moving in other ways, I was just curious. It sounds like
that is a good point. You know, we all have that. Like, wow, so much things every day. Sometimes you have to make a sacrifice.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I really don't know how, because I have a really busy lifestyle too. Technically speaking, you doing this only would be enough. You can start to abandon other stuff. You might want to do a little bit, but as you get doing this longer and longer, you might find out this is all you need.
Yeah.
But so it really depends. So, yeah. So even for Yichuan, there are a lot more. This is just the first part. There are other, force testing, footsteps. There are a lot of materials. Like, yeah. So a lot of materials. 1 hour is not enough, but yeah. So if you have other exercises like you've been doing for years and you still want to do them, wow, then I think for this exercise, if you do 5 days a week, I would say that's good enough for a health purpose. As a supplemental exercise to other exercise that you do, I would say that's fine. And if you do, 5 days a week, at least 30 minutes a day, that should be fine. But in the very beginning, you really want to reach a level. If you only do 30 minutes, randomly on and off, you're always a beginner. I've seen people doing this for years, they're still a beginner. You really have to put some effort. When you reach some level, like me, I reached a certain level. When I get too busy, I don't have time to do them.
Yeah.
But after a few weeks or a few months, when I start doing them, it's all there. I didn't improve, but the level is always maintained over there. But if you haven't, I think it's like playing an instrument, Or if you still got it and then you got busy a few years, you didn't touch it, but it's going to take you like a few weeks to get used to it, and you will be really as good as before, right? So, yeah.
How do you get all the muscles? I mean, like you said, there's so many muscles in the body. How do you figure out how to contract them? That are not common. Like I can figure, okay, I can do the forearm by just doing that.
Yeah.
With a bicep by that, and a tricep. But what about the muscles in the back? I mean, how do you?
That's a good question. It takes time. You have to wait for a few years for me to tell you about that.
That makes sense.
I'm starting to tell him after 3 years. So remember I said, I think I only mentioned one thing that's wrong is like your qi and blood floating. Now, if you focus on the upper body, how do I, contract this muscle, that muscle here and there, and then you put too much tension here, your qi may be floating. So in the beginning, no, don't do that. So that we only mention this stance, this, and you can apply that to the standing stances, but up to here, contract muscles. Those are intentionally contracting muscles, right? Up to here. The other ones, upper body muscles, let them They might respond, they might rest, doesn't matter. Make sure the lower body part gets as strong as possible. You can never get it wrong because we want more body weight below the waist, right? And from the martial art perspective, the feet are roots. Once your foot is touching the ground, it's rooted. So you want the body sunk. So here, you can put as much as attention below the waist. They never go wrong. So doing them is enough. And also I mentioned, right? So usually when, from the health perspective, usually it's the legs that's going to get bad leg, right? Later. So if you have them, it should be okay. And then there are later, we do contracting the organs inside the chest, the belly. We're contracting them. Give those organs a little bit of massage, a little bit of this exercise. You will keep them as strong as your legs. And then, yeah, so we are going to die naturally without any diseases during sleep.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
Right? So the legs are good.
Yeah.
This part are good. So that's ideal situation. A lot of Zhanzhuang masters.
Oh, no, you didn't. Go ahead.
It's really simple, it's really simple. It's not so complex to understand.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So, yeah, okay. Okay, good to know. It will help. It will, especially you've had, knee problems or injuries or anything. It will help. It will help. So, yeah, just contract the muscles and let it go. Yeah, contract, let it go. Good. Yes. And this part. Good. Not really responding. You're strong, but now you know. So you too, you're half paralyzed. Yeah, takes some time. Going back to the topic, a lot of Yichuan masters or Zhanzhuang masters, in their late times, they've had, cancers or terrible diseases. They were so obsessed with Zhanzhuang. They think Zhanzhuang can cure everything. So they refuse to see doctors. And of course, they die early, right? So that comes another idea, wow, ideally, we hope we're going to just die peacefully without any disease, but we do have disease, we're going to have to see doctors, right? The treatment, we can choose, but we're going to have to see them, right? Which one? So, yeah, there were people that were really obsessed with Zhanzhuang, like, they think they can cure everything, so.
I saw a video of a guy somewhere in China, and I think he stands 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
4 hours. He probably does other postures.
You can contract the muscles simultaneously. Try to probably easier. Yeah.
What does his wife think about it?
I know. What is it? She's glad. She's glad he's occupied.
Sorry.
Yeah. It sounds easy, but oh yeah. Yeah. Good. Mm. Yeah, this one is easy. You can do. I think you can also do them while you're driving. At least part of the muscles, just right.
Good idea.
And then you, when you contract the butt muscles, in this case, when you contract the butt muscles, the I forgot about the English word, the anus. It's going like that. Anus. Okay, anus. Okay. That part of muscle. I think there's a word. It's S, starting from S. Hmm? Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. So you do. It's when you contract the butt muscle. It's supposed to be like that, without mentioning it. So when you drive, you do a little bit of that. You'll never get hemorrhoids.
Like Qigong.
Goes for the butt.
Yeah. So, well, if you work in front of computer all day, then you have all day to practice this. You'll be a master. You'll be a master of muscles as one.
If you're in a meeting on camera, you sit with those.